think I've got everyone. I've updated scores.
Camera's terrible. Can you close the curtain?
Yeah.
What are you doing in last week? Just that one night? What are we doing?
No, we just had that one. But we had the curtain closed.
That's fine. That's better. That's plenty.
I'll go on YouTube as well. I was wondering whether I should put YouTube on. They wouldn't be able to see it, but I would.
It's just in the corner. What, is it to have me in the background?
No, if it's in the corner, I won't. There we go. And that's Garfield Pub Quiz. 3 people watching.
3 people, yeah. It's gone up. Hello. Good evening, people.
Right. One, what's that? Oh. Guys, people are swapping email addresses. Yeah,
6 people watching already. Hi. Evening all. If you can start typing in the live chat just to know who's in and who isn't yet. That'd be good. No one's commented yet. Is commenting working?
You were a bit, yeah, but you were behind.
I'm behind.
As in, I have a look at the lag and you're only just sitting forward now to type.
Ooh.
There is a lag.
It's really slow.
Let's have a look. What are you doing now?
It's still, I said ages ago that people should type.
Yeah, they will do.
8,
Anthony's
9.
here.
Anthony's? What, they messaged you?
No, they're put on the YouTube chat.
Oh. Hello from the dinosaurs. Evening. Are they called the dinosaurs?
No, they're called the
team who must not be named.
Just say again. Hi guys, when you're joining, please message in the chat. Some people may not have a YouTube account.
Evening, everyone. If you can message on the YouTube chat. If you're watching on the TV or something like that, you might have to get it up on your phone. But yeah, drop a comment to let us know you're watching so that we can mark everyone off and know when we're good to go. Zulus are back, our double champions. Man down this week though with no Paul, but they won it first week without him. Can they maintain their crown? That is everyone's big question. Have a come here. Yeah, Claire's cutting every week. Just the sides, not the top. Kieran's commenting, yeah. She's cutting it nice and short each weekend. I'm actually enjoying that. It's pretty good. Kieran's in. Is Simon there as well? Or is that just Kieran and Izzy? 3 commenting. Quarantine Queens are here. Remonkey is going to be Rosemary, isn't it?
No, Evie.
Evening, Jess, Rosemary and Evie. How you doing? Good to have you with us. Sean's here. Good to see you, Sean. And Lois is. Don't stand so close to me.
That's. Oh, that's Sean.
Sizing playing this week. Okay, cool. Yep, Sean's here. The Glosses are here. What are they called? Chewbaccas. Chewbaccas. Cool. So we're getting a few people in. Oh, Sean's dad. Hi, Sean's dad. I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you from what, 10, 15 years ago or something. So who else is that? Matthew. Is Matthew Sean's brother, maybe? I don't know who Chris is. Hogwarts are here. Good, you remember me? Good.
If they're struggling to comment and stuff, they can.
If people are struggling to comment on here, just drop us a message. Let us know that you're on. Otherwise, we think you won't. We're just waiting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams.
So we're waiting on. Did you say?
Oh, last minute, there's a change of email address. You had that from Reese.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, Catton. So I failed. It's just Coop. We're doing it later on. Okay. Coop and Coop. Curry sauce. Present and correct until the questions get asked. So we're waiting on Lisa. We're waiting on Coopers. The Quizzy Rascals. Oh, the Cymru. Your sister's joining. Cymru team. Who? The Walks. Yeah, I've got them.
Yeah, I typed out how to say it for you.
Cymru.
Yeah.
It's not just Wales team.
Yes, but
it might be rude, Alice, but it's probably correct. Just to see if anyone who's joining. Yeah, there's a few people who've not played before who are joining just because.
Quarantina Turner is Lizzie and Emily, but Nicola's on PCC, so she's half listening.
Oh, is Emily the other one?
Yeah, other doctor living there.
Yeah, cool. Oh, Nicola's commenting. Shouldn't you be in a meeting, Nicola? Disgusting behaviour. No cheating and getting Tim and Rachel to give you answers from PCC.
Do you want to explain how it works?
I'm going to wait for the Wookiees to join.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're the other new team. And the Stoners, I guess. I'd really like to give Nicola an extra point, but I'm not going to. Sorry. So I went on the Wookiees, the Clueless Stoners, the Cymru team, the Quizzy Rascals, and Quizzing in My Pants. Oh, what wonderful names.
I thought they just say that for when I read out the questions.
Okay.
Answers.
Keeps online.
Okay.
Can't miss on YouTube. Okay. That's them in. We're waiting on 4 teams more. So as soon as we've got those 4 in, we'll go. We're waiting on Quizzy Rascals, Tash, Sam, Amy, Alex, Cymru team, Karen, Chris, Hannah, Michael, Matt, Clueless Stoners, Wookiees. Okay, we're going to mark the Stoners. We think you're here, so we're going to mark you in as good to go. We're on the Wookiees, which is hockey apparently. I just know if there's people I know that. It's your sister. That's your sister.
I'm messaging. Yeah.
Tash, Sam, Alex, Amy. Amy Penny as well.
They're here.
They're in. So he's waiting on your sister and the hockey team. These are Tash's friends of the hockey team.
Yeah.
Tash, if you're able to message your hockey team mates and find out if they're in. Oh, Wookie is here. Good. Just waiting on your sister, yeah. Just waiting for my sister-in-law to join, and then we'll be good to go. Cymru here. Cool. Everyone is here. We're good to go. So, just so that people who are joining for the first time this week get the gist of what's going to happen, you should all have an answer sheet on Google Sheets. Basically, we're going to go round by round, 5 rounds, 20 points a round, 100 points in total. We're basically relying on you guys not to cheat. We're just kind of hoping you'll be honest and not look anything up online. Look at your bookshelves, look at your DVD collection, CD collection, anything. Just hopefully you'll just use your mind like you were in a pub. We'll do each round. At the end of each round, if there's any questions you haven't heard or want repeating, put a message in here and I'll repeat them. We'll go through round by round, give answers. If you can tally your score on your score sheet, that makes the totaling of scores for us a lot quicker, and we can get through things a lot quicker. Hopefully we'll be done with plenty of time before 10 o'clock, so it'll be an hour and a half usually. We'll see how it goes. As soon as everyone's here, we're going to go straight into round 1, which is the sports and entertainment round. Let me just stick this over here. Cool. Okay. Question number 1 then in the sports and entertainment round. Trying to pick minus points to Rob soon if he keeps that up. Question number 1. For 3 points, which 3 races make up the Triple Crown of motorsport? Oh, they're still getting the team on Zoom. We'll hold fire there then.
Oh. Always one. Always one.
Not my time you're wasting, it's yours. I think the teacher comments on the teacher.
Got 13 other teams waiting on you guys.
Yeah, for anyone new, this is the 3rd time we've done this. I've been putting the quiz together and hosting it. Claire is behind the scenes over here, collecting all the answers, keeping score, filling up my glass of beer, hopefully. To be fair, I've been pouring them tonight. Yeah, the Worcester Raider Zulus, my friends Sam and Sam have won both weeks so far, so we're hoping someone can knock them off the top post today, top position. Yeah, Tash, let us know when you're good to go, and we'll carry on after that false start. Just as well while they're getting ready, any questions worth more than 1 point? I think will be the case tonight. Any question worth more than 1 point will be a point per answer. So if it's 5 points available and you get 3 or 5 answers, you get 3 points. It's not all or nothing. Cool. They've got a few in, so we're going to go ahead. So question number 1 of sports entertainment. For 3 points, which 3 races make up the Triple Crown of motorsport? Which 3 races make up the Triple Crown of motorsport? And question number 2 follows on from that. Who is the only driver to have completed it? Who is the only driver to have completed the Triple Crown? Question number 3. Who fell off stage due to a cape getting caught during a performance at the 2015 Brit Awards? Who fell off stage due to a cape getting caught during a performance at the 2015 Brit Awards?
No capes.
Question number 4. Which horse won the Cheltenham Gold Cup in both 2019 and 2020? Which horse won the Cheltenham Gold Cup in both 2019 and 2020? Question number 5. What year did Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles get married? What year did Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles get married? Question number 6. Which 2 running distances has Mo Farah won Olympic gold in? This is for 1 point. We need both answers. Which 2 running distances has Mo Farah won Olympic gold in? both answers to get it right. Question number 7. In the 2020 Forbes list of billionaires, who was ranked as the richest person in the world? In the 2020 Forbes list of billionaires, who was ranked as the richest person in the world? Question number 8. Who won the first ever English Football League? Who won the first ever English Football League? Question number 9. Who gave the opening speech at the Golden Globes this year and controversially used it to criticize the hypocrisy of Hollywood? Who gave the opening speech at the Golden Globes this year and controversially used it to criticize the hypocrisy of Hollywood? Question number 10. Which rugby union team was found to have breached the salary cap and consequently have been relegated to the Championship this season? Which rugby union team was found to have breached the salary cap and consequently have been relegated to the Championship this season? Question number 11. Who are the 3 main presenters of the current iteration of Top Gear? This is for 3 points, so 1 for each. Who are the 3 main presenters of the current iteration of Top Gear? 3 answers, 3 points. Answers, 3 points.
Oh,
nope.
Sorry.
I'm on the loop here.
That was me.
Question number 12. Who won the 2019 Sports Personality of the Year? Who won the 2019 Sports Personality of the Year? Question number 13. In Keeping Up with the Kardashians, who was the oldest sibling? In Keeping Up with the Kardashians, who was the oldest sibling? Or who's the oldest of the children, but they're grown-up children. Question number 14. Which country is ranked number 1 in the world in netball? Which country is ranked number 1 in the world in netball? Question number 15. Who in 2015 announced the wrong winner of the Miss Universe pageant as Miss Colombia, then awkwardly had to correct it to Miss Philippines? Who in 2015 announced the wrong winner of the Miss Universe pageant as Miss Colombia, then awkwardly had to correct it to Miss Philippines? And the last one, question number 16. Who was Pamela Anderson's first husband? Who was Pamela Anderson's first husband? Okay, that's the end of round one. If anyone has any questions they'd like repeated, if you can let me know in the comments. We'll give you a couple minutes more just to go through all that before we move on to the answers of round one.
Different questions.
And that's never going to be a parent and sister's strong brand, is it? Sports and entertainment. Here's that. Tash is also number 4. Which horse won the Cheltenham Gold Cup in both 2019 and 2020? Okay, if everyone's ready, I'll give you another minute just to go through any last minute answers. Once we start going through the answers, if you can make sure you don't update anything, again, we're relying on people not cheating here. It's not like we're in a pub and we can keep an eye on you. So Claire can't flick through every single tab at one go to see what's being updated and what isn't. Question number 12 for Rich Coral, no. Which team's Richie? Oh, he's with the Hogwarts, isn't he?
No.
He was last week. Number 8. Number 8 is who won the first ever English Football League? Who won the first ever English Football League? Okay, in the last 20 seconds or so.
Number 8.
I just read that one.
Oh,
I ignored number 12 from Rich Cole because I think that was a joke. If someone does actually want number 12, I'm sorry, but people have been taking the mick too long. Are you getting messages before me? The Football League at all. So years back, way before the Premiership was founded in 92. So, historically, the first ever Football League. Just happened to be in England. We started league football officially.
About marking.
Yeah, as we move on to the answers then, if people can mark their own scores, please, just to the right of your answers, if you put how many points you get for each question, tally them up at the end below each round. Claire will keep an eye on the answers then and get the league table of where everyone stood at the moment quicker. It just means we can go through this quicker. At the end of round 2, we can cover who was where after round 1, etc. Just because we've got loads of teams, so if we have to add them up ourselves, it's going to take forever. So for everyone's sake, add up your scores and let us know how you've got on in your spreadsheet, please. So the answers. Question number 1. Which 3 races make up the Triple Crown of motorsport? The answers were, hang on, my spreadsheet's gone weird. The Indy 500, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Le Mans 24-hour. So there's 1 point for each. The Indy 500 or Indianapolis 500, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Le Mans 24-hour. And question number 2, the only driver to have completed it is Graham Hill. It's Graham Hill for number 2. Number 3, who fell off stage due to a cape getting caught during a performance at the Brit Awards in 2015? That was Madonna. Question number 4, the horse to have won the Cheltenham Gold Cup in 2019 and 2020 was Al Baum Photo. Al Baum Photo. Question number 5, what year did Jay-Z and Beyonce get married? That was 2008. Question number 6, which 2 running distances has Mo Farah won Olympic gold in? That's 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters. 5K and 10K. also acceptable, obviously. 5,000 and 10,000 meters. Question number 7. In the 2020 Forbes list of billionaires, the richest person in the world is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. He owns, I think, founded Amazon. No, question number 1 is up to 3 points. So however many is 3 points, 1 for each. Whereas the Mo Farah question, so just to clarify, question number 1 is 3 points, 1 for each. Question number 6 is 1 point if you get both. You have to get both of them to get 1 point. No half points here. You either get it or you don't. Just because it's quite an easy topic to guess, I think. So it's all worth 1 point for number 6, 3 points for number 1. Number 8, the first ever English Football League was won by Preston North End. Just Preston is acceptable there. So Preston won the first ever league back in the late 1800s. Question number 9, who gave the opening speech at the Golden Globes? That was Ricky Gervais. Question number 10, in rugby union, the team to have breached the salary cap and are going to get relegated are Saracens. Thanks, Sam. The 3 main presenters of the current iteration of Top Gear, 1 point for each of these, 3 points total. Paddy McGuinness, Freddie Flintoff, or Andrew Flintoff, and Chris Harris. Paddy McGuinness, Freddie Flintoff, Chris Harris. 1 point for each of those that you get. Question number 12. The 2019 Sports Personality of the Year was Ben Stokes, cricketer. Number 13, in Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the oldest sibling was Kourtney Kardashian. Just Kourtney will be acceptable there. That's one I didn't have a clue. I had to look that up to make that question. Question number 14, which country is ranked number 1 in the world in netball? The answer is Australia. In 2015, the announcer of the wrong winner of Miss Universe was Steve Harvey. And number 16, Pamela Anderson's first husband was Tommy Lee. Those are your answers to round 1. We'll move on to round 2 while Claire does the tallies. And the first question of round 2, which is geography and history, is worth 7 points. So it's 7 separate answers, 1 point for each. Oh yeah, we'll give you a second to tally up. That's fine. I was going to give him quite a while for this question anyway. Okay, so continue to tally up, but for 7 points in question 1 of geography and history, the Great Pyramid of Giza is the only remaining ancient wonder. In 2007, 7 new wonders were selected and collectively named the new 7 wonders of the world. What were they? Or what are they? So it doesn't include the pyramid, that's separate. As the pyramid is the only remaining ancient wonder, in 2007, 7 new wonders were selected and collectively named the new 7 wonders of the world. What are they? I'll give you a couple of minutes there. So 7 separate wonders of the world to name. I'll get you to do scores every time now.
Yeah, because it's done. Apart from one thing.
How are people getting on with this question?
Very, very mixed.
As in how many answers they put in?
Oh, for the question. None. Yeah, none. No one's but 8. Some people still aren't telling.
I'll get myself another drink. So I'm going to leave you with that question for another couple of minutes or so. So that's for 7 points. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the only remaining ancient wonder. In 2007, 7 new wonders were selected and collectively named the new 7 wonders of the world. What were they? Just wonders. I didn't say natural wonders. I just said the 7 new wonders of the world. I'm gonna get another beer. I'll leave that with you.
Yeah.
And one smaller. No. Comments or
Yeah.
what?
Just the one we do the schools and the dogs.
What?
Quarantine.
Because
Anyway, some people have got quite a few in.
okay, we're gonna give you the final 30 seconds before we move on to the next question.
Oh, some people are smart.
Be quiet.
Sorry.
Class is cheating. Okay, last 10 seconds. We'll move on to question 2. Okay, so question number 2 of geography and history. Lasting just 119 days, who was the shortest serving Prime Minister of the UK? Lasting just 119 days, who was the shortest serving Prime Minister of the UK? Question number 3, from shortest serving to shortest in height, who at 1.66 metres or 5'5" and a bit has been the shortest Prime Minister of the UK? Who at 1.66 metres or 5'5" and a bit has been the shortest Prime Minister of the UK? Poor form from Sam Kerry trying to potentially discuss answers on chat. Yellow card, next time I'm blocking points. Question number 4. Abuja, or Abuja, is the capital of which African nation? Abuja is the capital of which African nation? Yeah, in-jokes don't really work for other people. Kerry, well done. Question number 5. Which monarch was beheaded on the 30th of January, 1649? Which monarch was beheaded on the 30th of January, 1649? Question number 6. COVID-19 has caused the delay of the Summer Olympic Games by a year. Thankfully, they haven't been outrightly cancelled. But in which year was the last Summer Olympic Games cancelled? In which year was the last Summer Olympic Games cancelled? Someone's asked whether there's a British monarch. I'm going to go out and live and just say there's probably only one monarch beheaded on that one day in time. But yeah, British monarch. So number 6 was, in which year was the last Summer Olympic Games cancelled? And question number 7, the ancient Olympic Games were held in honour of which god? The ancient Olympic Games were held in honour of which god? Question number 8. How many days did the Great Fire of London last in 1666? How many days did the Great Fire of London last in 1666? Okay, so we've got some Londoners in today, as if that's going to make sure they definitely know about the Great Fire of London in 1666. I was expecting the Quarantine Queens to get that one right. No pressure, guys. Question number 9. Who was the King of England going into the Battle of Hastings? Who was the King of England going into the Battle of Hastings? Question number 10. In which country would you find the mountain range named the Snowy Mountains, known informally as the Snowies? In which country would you find the mountain range named the Snowy Mountains, known informally as the Snowies? Question number 11. What was the name of the sheep that in 1996 became the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell using the process of nuclear transfer? In other words, what was the first sheep that was cloned? What was the name of the sheep that in 1996 became the first mammal cloned from an adult somatic cell using the process of nuclear transfer? You put your hand up because you know that one. One of the few questions Claire knows the answer to. Yeah, Claire's doing marking because she's terrible at pub quizzes. I'll share one of her answers later on in the quiz, which today made me laugh a lot. Question number 12. For 2 points, what were the 2 first names of the brothers Grimm? For 2 points, what were the 2 first names of the brothers Grimm? And the final question of round 2, question number 13. Which sea is located between Greece and Turkey, over which they have an ongoing dispute over sovereignty? Which sea is located between Greece and Turkey, over which they have an ongoing dispute over sovereignty? And that completes round 2. If people want to let me know if there's any questions they want repeating. Two, 5, and 12. Number 2, lasting just 119 days. Who was the shortest serving Prime Minister of the UK? Question number 5, which monarch, British monarch, was beheaded on the 30th of January 1649? And question 12, for Rich Coral especially, For 2 points, what were the 2 first names of the brothers Grimm? Question number 6 on round 1.
Yeah, check.
I'd give Rich Cole more abuse, but he set up this YouTube channel, which we've been able to use for the quizzes. So thank you to him. And number 10, in which country would you find the mountain range named the Snowy Mountains, known informally as the Snowies? Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute to go through these answers.
I'm just having quarantine return about how they did.
Do you want to tie up scores from 1 and 2 and give them together?
Yeah, if you give a couple of minutes break in between.
Love you too, Rich. Okay, that's going to do it for round 2. We'll go through the answers, and then Claire will tally up the scores from round 1 and 2. So in between rounds 2 and 3, you'll have a chance to take a break, grab a drink, go to the loo, whatever you need to do. So for 7 points, the new 7 wonders of the world are 1 point for each of these, please. The Great Wall of China, Petra in Jordan, the Colosseum, Chichen Itza in Mexico, Machu Picchu, the Taj Mahal, and Christ the Redeemer. So those were the Great Wall of China, Petra, the Colosseum, Chichen Itza, Machu Picchu, Taj Mahal, Christ the Redeemer. 1 point for each of those, up to 7 points in total. Question number 2. The shortest serving Prime Minister of the UK was George Canning. And question number 3. The shortest in height was Margaret Thatcher, 1.66 centimetres. Sorry, 1.66 metres. 1.66 centimetres would be specifically tall. Short. Wrong way around. Very short. No, 1.66 metres, Margaret Thatcher. Churchill was 1 centimetre taller. So if you guessed Churchill, you're close, but no points there. Margaret Thatcher is the answer. Question number 4. Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. Question number 5. The monarch beheaded on the 30th of January 1649 was King Charles I, specifically the first, King Charles I. Question number 6. The last time the Summer Olympic Games were cancelled was 1944. That might sound like a sports question, but it was a mixture of history and maths. Question number 7. The ancient Olympic Games were held in honour of Zeus. Question number 8. The Great Fire of London lasted 4 days. 4. Question number 9. The King of England going into the Battle of Hastings was Harold Godwinson or Harold II. I'll accept either of those. Just Harold isn't enough. I need Harold Godwinson or Harold II. Question number 10. In which country would you find the mountain range named the Snowy Mountains, known in form as the Snowies? That's Australia. Can't quite imagine snow in Australia, but apparently the Snowies are in Australia. Question number 11. The sheep that was cloned in 1996 was called Dolly. You know, Claire knew that one. Bonus point for her. For 2 points on question 12, the 2 first names of the brothers Grimm were Jacob and Wilhelm. Jacob and Wilhelm. Please, can we just have Harold? No, because it was Harold II. There were 2 Harolds, so you've got to specify. I'm sorry, rules are rules. So the 2 brothers Grimm were Jacob and Wilhelm. Jacob. Question number 13. Which sea is located between Greece and Turkey? That's the Aegean Sea. Aegean. You don't have to spell it correctly, but just in case my pronunciation's off, the Aegean Sea. 1 point for each brother, yes. So if you get Jacob or Wilhelm, 1 point, 2 points for both. that ends round 2. If you can add up your scores, please. Claire will start to collect those scores, and she'll come and give us a scores on the doors after round 2. And then we move on to round 3 for the music round. I've got scores on the doors here, so I can have a little look. See.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the scores of round 1, and we have a real range from very successful to less so, would be a polite way of putting it. Was he known as Harold the Great? I will look that up to confirm. Charles asked if Harold the Great. King Harold the Great, what might have been if the English had won at Hastings. Yeah, I will accept Harold the Great. Yeah, I'll accept Harold the Great. You can count your score on 2 hands. Good. Right. I'm going to message them from what their Big Ben joke was.
Right. Just sorting. Yeah.
Sun thus. What?
Huh?
Great Fire of London was also sun thus, which is 5 days. What? Who he's on about? Yeah, he's I don't know what Richard's on about. Cool. So Claire has the scores. Totaled.
There you go.
You're also very bright because of your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Right. So I'll go from last.
How many teams are there, first of all?
There are, I think there's 14.
We have 14 teams tonight, so thank you everyone for taking part.
Yeah. Right, so I'll just read them out. Smallest to, well, last place to first place. Quarantina Turners on 5 points. The Team Who Must Not Be Named on 9 points. Cymru on 13 points. Clueless Stone, oh sorry, we've got a joint Clueless Stoners and Quizzing in My Pants on both on 14 points. Then we've got Piri Piri Sauce on 16 points. Quarantine Queens on 18 points. Oh, sorry, there's another joint. Quarantine Queens and Quizzy Rascals, both on 18. Then we've got Chewbacca's on 21 points. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Quizzardry on 23 points. And then we've got Wookiees with 25 points. And now we're on to the top 3. So we've actually got a joint second place of We're Going to Quiz All Over You and Don't Stand So Close to Me. And then in first place, although you weren't in first place for the first round.
They were with 26 points, sorry.
Oh, 20.
So second place has 26 points, yeah. And our usual leaders, Worcester Raiders Zulus,
28 points.
But they weren't winning the sports and entertainment round. So they weren't good enough there. But they're back in the lead now, so there we go.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hang on, they're not on the league table.
Oh.
Don't stand so close to me.
Don't stand so yeah, they are.
Oh, you're joint second.
Yeah, joint second.
You're joint second. Yeah, don't worry. You're going really well.
Yeah, you're on there. Don't worry, I've got you. Oh, I've got messages.
Yeah, I think it's Don't Stand So Close to Me actually won the first round as well. So
yeah,
great effort with 18 out of 20. So we're moving on to round number 3 now. This week, the music round is slightly different. The last couple of weeks, those who haven't been involved, I've shared some images, 10 images, which were an album, and we had to have people guess the album and the artist. This week, instead of that, I've got some lyrics. So I've picked the starting lyrics of various songs, the first line, the first verse. I'm going to read them out to you, trying not to say them in time with how they should be. And I want to know the artist and the song. So to start with, this is an example. This isn't a question, just an example. An example could be, just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. The answer to which would be Journey, Don't Stop Believing. And you would get 1 point for each, Journey and Don't Stop Believing. So that's 2 points total. So we'll move straight on to question number 1. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Question number 1. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. That's number 1. So the Journey one was an example. That was question number 1. And it's worth 2 points. 1 for the artist and 1 for the song name. So I'm hoping everyone's with us. I did an example which has confused things. There's an example. Then there was question number 1. Cool. Question number 2. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name and it feels like home. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name and it feels like home. This is really difficult not to try and sing them as well. Not that anyone would want to hear me singing it, but just to do it in time. Question number 3. If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. Question number 3 again. If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. Question number 4. White shirt, now red, my bloody nose, sleeping, you're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows, think you're so criminal. So question number 4 was, white shirt, now red, my bloody nose, sleeping, you're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows, think you're so criminal.
Do they need the song and the artist?
You need song and artist, both of them, 1 point for each. I can repeat them at the end if people need me to as well. So I'm trying not to go too fast, although it's really hard to know because I can't see anything of what people are typing or what they're doing. Claire's letting me know if people are roughly on speed or not. Then we on to question number 5. She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition that girl's gonna make me fall. She's into new sensations, new kicks in the candlelight. She's got a new addiction for every day and night. So question number 5. She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition that girl's gonna make me fall. She's into new sensations, new kicks in the candlelight. She's got a new addiction for every day and night. Apparently I speak properly when I do this, whereas normally I talk like a commoner. My posh wife speaking. I've had a separate message questioning one of the answers. I'm going to look it up to confirm. Yes, on the Great Fire of London. Claire's going to research that just to check. But when I looked into it, I read 4 days. Apparently it might be 5, but we shall look into it. Question number 6 of the music round. Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's going strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Question number 6. Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? I'll read that once more just because I screwed up the second line. Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Question number 7. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Question number 7. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Question number 8. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in, 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. Number 8. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in, 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. Question number 9. Stop making the eyes at me. I'll stop making the eyes at you. What it is that surprises me is that I don't really want you to. Question number 9. Stop making the eyes at me. I'll stop making the eyes at you. What it is that surprises me is that I don't really want you to. And I have an answer, by the way, on the Great Fire of London, which I'll come to after question 10. So question 10 is, asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see I want to be famous, a star of the screen, but you could do something in between. So question 10, asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see I want to be famous, a star of the screen, but you can do something in between. Yeah. So we're just going to go back to question number. Where is it? Question number 8 of round 2. The Great Fire of London lasted just under 5 days, but it did span from the Sunday into the Thursday. So the total length was less than 5 days. That's why 4 is correct. But we will be giving 5 days as correct as well, because it spanned 5 separate days. Therefore, that will be acceptable. So Claire will go back through and update that. Number 8 of round 2, 4 or 5 will be acceptable. I've got some to repeat. So number 4, white shirt now red, my bloody nose, sleeping, you're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows, think you're so criminal. Number 3 is once again, if I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. So number 10 is once again. Number 10 is, asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see I want to be famous, a star of the screen, but you can do something in between. Again, apologies, I'm reading them like a robot. I'm just trying really hard not to pick up any rhythms from the actual songs. Is there anything else that people want me to go through, or are we good on the lyrics round? Three again, and number 8. Number 3, if I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And number 8, I hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in, 12:30 flight. Moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. Richard Coral, question 12, please. I've accepted 5 off you. You can. I've been requested to sing all of the answers. I'm only a beer and a half in, so no, I'm not going to. If this is a later round, maybe I would. But no one wants to hear this. And it might involve me rapping as well, saying it badly. Number 9. People asking all sorts of questions here. It's fine. Number 9. Stop making the eyes at me. I'll stop making the eyes at you. What it is that surprises me is that I don't really want you to. Is a vampire slave your sister? I think it is. Listen to your sister.
Another beer. No, don't. Well, you can if you want.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the answers for round 3. I hope everyone got their answers in. There's no locked in. Question number 1. Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. That is Pharrell Williams with Happy. 1 point for each. 1 for Pharrell Williams. 1 for Happy. Question number 2. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. Madonna, like a prayer. Question number 3. If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. That's the next line of that song. And this one, just because the original was Dolly Parton, but a lot of people know it as Whitney Houston, I will accept either answer for the artist there. Dolly Parton or Whitney Houston with I Will Always Love You. Question number 4. White shirt, now red, my bloody nose. Sleeping, you're on your tippy toes. Creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. Billie Eilish with Bad Guy, which was the sixth highest single of all time. I think the highest single of last year. Number 5, she's into superstitions, black cats, and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition that girl's going to make me fall. She's into new sensations, new kicks in the candlelight. She's got a new addiction for every day and every night. That is Living La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. Yeah, that's not from Shrek. That's not the artist. That's just the film it's in, so it doesn't count. Where it began, do, 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 do. I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity for number 7 to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? That's Eminem with Lose Yourself. Question 8. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in, 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. That's Toto with Africa. You can look at it. Oh, I'm disappointed. Number 9. Stop making the eyes at me. I'll stop making the eyes at you. What it is that surprises me is that I don't really want you to. That is the Arctic Monkeys with I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Into this round, I'm putting an indie classic in there. And question number 10. Asked a girl what she wanted to be. She said, baby, can't you see? I want to be famous, a star of the screen, but you could do something in between. That is Drive My Car by the Beatles. And that ends round 3. Doing all right for time here, which is good. So that was out of 20 points, as every round is. 1 point for the artist, 1 point for the song. I'll leave them all up. Any questions, let me know. Any disputes, anything I haven't given the answer that you thought you got, let me know. Go on, Phil. Cool. Right, I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Claire's going to get the points, and then we'll see how we go. And I'm going to get another beer. Fortunately, you'll get me beard up enough to sing in time for the general knowledge round.
Okay. Hello. I have scores. So there hasn't been much movement since last time, but a little bit. Oh, actually, it hasn't totaled them.
That's why there's been no movement.
That's why there's been no movement. Let me just total it now. 2 seconds. Bear with me. Oh, okay. There has been movement. Sort, smallest to largest. Okay, so we have in last place the team who must not be named on 13 points. Then we've got Quarantina Turners on 21 points. Then we've got Quizzing in My Pants, 22 points. Peri Peri Sauce, 26. Clueless Stoners on 27. Comrie Team on 29. I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. I even looked it up.
Welsh team.
Asked my sister beforehand. How do you say that? Apparently it means Welsh. Quarantine Queens on 30 points. Quizzy Rascals on 32 points. Chewbacca's on 33 points. Don't Stand So Close to Me, 39 points. You guys dropped down. That's 5th place, I think. 5, yep. Then 4th place is Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Quizzardry. Then we've got 3rd place on 41 points is Wookiees. 44 points in 2nd place is We're Going to Quiz All Over You. And then Worcester Raiders Zulus, 46 points, 1st place still. Good luck, everyone. Still a couple more rounds. Try and beat them.
So disappointed that they're not losing yet.
You're doing well. You're doing really well. Keep going, guys.
I'll tell you what. So if Worcester Raiders, I need someone to come and beat Worcester Raiders Zulus because I promised them a prize if they win 3 in a row. Yeah, they asked for a prize, so I said I'd buy them both a pint. And for some reason, I'm buying Paul. He's appeared for one of the 3 quizzes with them, half a pint, which seems unfair, but never mind. Cool. So we're going to move on to round 4, which is films and books. We're going to start with books and then move on to films rather than mixing it up. Or I said I'd buy you both a beer. I don't know who else is in your team. Magic little team members appearing all over the place. That sounds a bit dodgy if you ask me. Cool. So round number 4, question number 1. In 1936, Dale Carnegie released a self-help book entitled what? In 1936, Dale Carnegie released a self-help book entitled what? I will buy Georgie a drink as well, yes. You can have the other half of Paul's drink. Question number 2. What was the pen name of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson? What was the pen name of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson? The pen name being what his books, the author of the books he wrote, he called himself this, and it's his well-known name. Question number 3. Which novel begins, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife"? Which novel begins, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife"?
Your friend Mark Coppenhall saying it's really hard.
Good. Question number 4, the last book question, for 7 points. Name the 7 books in the C.S. Lewis series, The Chronicles of Narnia. So 1 point for each you get correct. Name the 7 books in the C.S. Lewis series, The Chronicles of Narnia. I'll give you a little bit of time on that one. See my comments.
No, I'm trying to. He's not joining in, but he wants a previous question.
Oh, okay,
No,
just send them.
That's what we're doing.
So question number 4, which we're still on, the 7 books in the C.S. Lewis series, The Chronicles of Narnia. Give you another couple of minutes on that one, just because a lot of books to get through. Bonus points if books are in order? No, because there are 3 different ways in which you can order the books. I thought about it earlier, but there are contentions over how you order them. I think the 3 orders are the orders in which they were released, the order in which they were set in kind of real life, and the order in which they were set within Narnia. I think with the 3 ways in which you can order them, there's a couple of books that can swap places and move around depending on how you order it. So no bonus points for that. Otherwise, everyone got bonus points. Yep, 7 points only, 7 books. Please name them. Give you 30 more seconds or so on that, and then we'll move on to the film section with question number 5. Rich is saying no, there isn't different ways of ordering them. I don't make up the orders. I read that there are different ways of ordering them. I guarantee if you spoke to someone like Mark that you'd end up arguing over it. Okay, so we're going to move on to question number 5. How many actors have played James Bond? So no, you don't have to have them in order. Rich is confusing things. No order, 7 points, any order, as long as you have 7 answers. With these, don't have more than 7 answers. If you put 8 or 9 answers, that's not fair. So 7 answers, 1 point for each. There we go. So question number 5. How many actors have played James Bond, not including the original spin-off comedy version of Casino Royale, because that's not a proper Eon James Bond film. So how many actors have played James Bond in the real films? And for a bonus point, name them all. There you are, Rich. There's your bonus point. So 2 points in total here. How many different actors have played James Bond? And for a bonus 1 point, name them all, not including the original spin-off comedy Casino Royale. I'm expecting you about to get that one.
Is that the one where?
I'm not going to say that now because I don't want to. It's not an answer. Claire had a guess at this earlier, and her first guess of a James Bond actor was horrific. So I'll share that with you when we go through the answers. But it was hilarious. Can I reread that? How many actors have played James Bond, not including the original spin-off comedy Casino Royale? And for a bonus 1 point, name them all. But James Bond within the films, there was a spin-off. Casino Royale was a recent film, but there was a spin-off in the 60s called Casino Royale, which is like a spin-off comedy. It wasn't one of like the official James Bond films, so we're not going to include that. I think there's a TV series with the same actor again, kind of spin-off stuff. None of the spin-off stuff. The actual proper James Bond films. How many James Bonds have there been? And for a bonus point, name them all. I'm a James Bond purist. None of this comedy stuff. Okay, I'll give you another 20 seconds on that one, then we'll move on. Okay. Question number 6. What was the first feature-length animated film released by Disney in 1937? So that's the first Disney film, first feature-length Disney film, which was released in 1937. None of the shorts, has to be one of the full-length feature-length films. What was the first feature-length animated film released by Disney in 1937? Just watching Claire's reactions to different people's answers here, which is great. Question number 7. Which composer wrote the scores for films such as Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T., and Jurassic Park? Which composer wrote the scores for films such as Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T., and Jurassic Park? Okay. Question number 8. Which film series features the protagonist Ethan Hunt? Which film series features the protagonist Ethan Hunt? Question number 9. Films are often misquoted. Star Wars is one of them. But which film is often misquoted as "Do you feel lucky, punk?" when the actual quote is "Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?" Which film is often misquoted as "Do you feel lucky, punk?" when the actual quote is "Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?" Question number 10. What is the highest grossing film of all time with a worldwide box office gross of over $2.797 billion? What is the highest grossing film of all time with a worldwide box office gross of over $2.797 billion? And question number 11. What are the names of the 3 films that make up the Hobbit trilogy? What are the names of the 3 films that make up the Hobbit trilogy? And that ends round 4. Okay, if anyone has any questions they'd like reread, I think Coops and Coops, Coop and Coop are asking for question 2, which was what was the pen name of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson? What was the pen name of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson? Question number 2. Any other questions people want reread, please let me know. If not, we'll give you another minute or 2 for that, and then we'll move on to the answers. Okay, no one's asking for any other questions. Surprised Rich isn't asking for question number 12, which doesn't exist. Last, we'll go to the end of this minute, which is 40 seconds away for me on the live timer, and then we'll go through the answers. Oh, question number 10 again. What is the highest grossing film of all time with a worldwide box office gross of over 2.797 billion? Question number 10. What is the highest grossing film of all time with a worldwide box office gross of over $2.797 billion? Question number 1. In 1936, Dale Carnegie released a self-help book entitled what? So number 1. In 1936, Dale Carnegie released a self-help book entitled what? And just a reminder that Rich Coral is wonderful because he's let me use his YouTube channel, and he hasn't asked for question number 12. And number 7, which composer wrote the scores for films such as Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T. and Jurassic Park? Alice, asking me once Claire's asked you to doesn't count. I was disappointed that you didn't ask me this week. I've been on a mix of beers. Elvis Juice by Brewdog is incredible, and everyone needs to try it. And then I was on, what else was on? I think I'm on Pride and Joy, I think, and Antipodean IPA, or little craft ales you can buy in your local supermarket. Okay, so we're going to move on to the answers for round 4. Please stop answering now. Question number 1. In 1936, Dale Carnegie released a self-help book entitled what? It was How to Win Friends and Influence People. Need the title in full, please. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Question number 2. What was the pen name of Charles Lutwidge Dodgson? That was Lewis Carroll, which is much more memorable. Lewis Carroll for number 2. Question number 3. The novel that begins with, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." That's from Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice for number 3. Number 4. These don't have to be in order. I think I've listed them in publication order, in case Rich Cole disagrees. But number 4, the 7 books in the C.S. Lewis series, 1 point for each of these, up to 7. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. So again, number 1, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Number 2, Prince Caspian. Number 3, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Number 4, The Silver Chair. Number 5, The Horse and His Boy. Number 6, The Magician's Nephew. And number 7 was The Last Battle. So 1 point for each of those. Tally them up and give yourself a total out of 7. Question number 5. How many actors have played James Bond? The answer is 6. And for the bonus point to name them all, you need all 6 here to get the point. Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. Wrong, so wrong. Oh, the order. Well, that's the publication order, Rich. So raise that with Mr. C.S. Lewis. So the James Bond actors were 6 of them in total. So 1 point if you said 6. A second point if you listed them all, and they are Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. If you've got 5 or 4 out of 6 or 3 out of 6 or less, no points. If you've got all 6, you get a bonus point. If not, you don't. It's as simple as that, okay? Question number 6. What was the first feature-length animated film released by Disney in 1937? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I will accept Snow White there. Don't have to specify the dwarfs. Question number 7. Which composer wrote the scores for films such as Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T., and Jurassic Park? John Williams. We weren't aware we had to name them, but we did have them all. Tash, how did you have them all if you didn't name them? That doesn't make sense. Because Claire will check your answers. Did they just put 6? You put 7. So
no, wait a minute.
Hang on. On question number 5. On question number 5, you put 7, so you can't have named all 6. This is okay. Back on the question number 5. If you said more than 6 and still named them all, but got someone else as well, you don't get the point. You get 1 point if you put 6 as the answer. If you did put 6 as the answer and named the 6 actors who have played James Bond, you get 6 points. It should be straightforward enough. So the answer was 6. If you said more than 6 and you named more than 6, you don't get any points if you put more than 6. You put more than 6, you guessed that there was one you didn't know. Barry, I don't know Rogue Savior. Who's Rogue Savior? There's a live 1-hour production of Ian Fleming's Casino Royale. I did say earlier Casino Royales don't count, so Barry Nelson doesn't count. If people missed out there, you've only missed out on 1 point. It's not the end of the world. I'm putting my foot down. 6 and the 6 gets 2 points. 6 gets 1 point. Anything other than 6 and other than the exact 6 gets no points, okay? I'm sorry if that offends you, but get it right next time. To be fair, Paxman has some sass, so I'll take that. Which composer wrote the scores for films such as Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T., and Jurassic Park? For question 7, that was John Williams. I don't know what I got to, so I'm going back to that. Number 7 was John Williams. Number 8, which film series featured the protagonist Ethan Hunt? Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible for number 8. Number 9, films are often misquoted. Which film was often misquoted as, do you feel lucky, punk? When the actual quote is, do I feel lucky? Or do you, punk? That is Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry for number 9. Number 10, what is the highest grossing film of all time with a worldwide box office gross of over $2.797 billion? The answer is Avengers Endgame. You need to specify Endgame. Endgame on its own is fine. Avengers is not. It has to say Endgame because there are 4 Avengers films, I think, various Marvel films. But it has to say Endgame, some form, to get the point for number 10. Number 11, what are the names of the 3 films that make up the Hobbit trilogy? 1 point for each of these. 1 is An Unexpected Journey. 2 is The Desolation of Smaug. 3 is The Battle of the 5 Armies. So 1 point for each of those that you got. You tally those up out of 20, Claire will collect the scores.
How many is this one out of?
20. The what out of 20? Every single time.
Oh, no, thanks. Do you want to see about the feedback?
Yeah, we'll do. Okay, well, just while Claire tallies those up, what I started last week and what I'm going to keep doing is just pushing and asking for people to contribute what you would normally contribute if you went to a pub quiz. So your pound entry, your beer, your second drink, whatever you're having, a couple of drinks and a pound to enter, 5, 10 quid, whatever you'd spend normally if you went to a pub quiz. Just consider giving that to the Worcester Food Bank. I've been volunteering there because I'm on furlough. Not trying to get myself praise here, but just I've been there. I've seen it. They're doing amazing things. They're still really busy during this time. I think there are clients coming who have never been before and are only there because of the current situation. So yeah, if you can give to the Worcester Food Bank, that'd be great. I'll post on the live chat at the end a link to the Worcester Food Bank page, although if you Google it, you'll find it, and there's some ways to give there. If you're not from Worcester, I just say get involved with your local food bank. I'm sure most supermarkets in the UK now have a way of donating. So if you go shopping in the supermarket, there will be a trolley there. Things like UHT milk, crackers, juice, stuff like that is always in need. In Worcester especially, those are really things that we need. Peanut butter, anything long life that you can give to. In Worcester, at least, baked beans and soup, don't give. We've got tons of it. But this sort of stuff, it's all going out to people who need it, who are in desperate need. People don't just get given anything. It's people who come in with a voucher. They have to have spoken to the right people to get a food parcel. So people are only being given food if they need it. This isn't people sponging off the stage or anything like that. It's just pure charity. It's people who are in desperate need being given a basic food package. So yeah, we will send a link to it. In the meantime, Kate has said a great question. Thank you for reminding me. Claire, when I asked her who has played James Bond, answered with George McClooney. Not George Clooney, George McClooney, which is horrific. But anyway, here she is with this. This is why Claire doesn't take part in pub quizzes, because unless it's Disney or Harry Potter, she is useless. But with the scores after round 4 before we go to the last round, here is the wonderful Mrs. Garfield.
Yeah, it was a low point. Sorry, guys. Right, so we have in last place on 30 points is Quizzing in My Pants. The team who must not be named with 31 points. Then Quarantina Turners, 33 points. Piri Piri Sauce, 34 points. Then we've got 3 people joint in the middle of the table on 43 points. So that's Clueless Stoners, Quarantine Queens, and Don't Stand So Close to Me. Then we've got on 46 points
the Welsh team,
Comrie. I've got in brackets how to say it phonetically, so I remember every time.
Welsh team.
Then, they're joint again. So we've got both on 46 points is Comrie and Quizzy Rascals.
And
there's 3 of them, and Chewbacca's. You're all on 46 points. So that's again in sort of mid-table, top of the mid-table. Then we've got top 4. So in 4th place, we've got Wookiees on 55 points. Then in 3rd place on 58 points, we've got Hogwarts School, Witchcraft and Quizzardry. And then joint top, so you're both in 1st place, is We're Going to Quiz All Over You and Worcester Raiders Zulus.
Isn't we going to quiz all over you, Kieran?
Yeah.
I like that Kieran and Izzy are doing better without Simon. That has made my day.
Is he not here?
Simon's not taking part, so they're doing better. Kieran, have you got anyone else in to support you in Simon's place this week, or was it just you and Izzy somehow doing really well? I'd like to know that. So we're going to move on to the last round, which is the general knowledge. 18 questions, 20 points. Question number 1. You get worse saying it every time. What, just saying Welsh? We won't say it next time then. We'll just say, dodgy enemies over the border.
Nice.
We love the Welsh, really. Round 5, general knowledge. Question number 1. What is the top-selling album of all time with 47.3 million certified copies sold? Hello to Kieran's mom as well. One thing about that. Number 1, what is the top-selling album of all time with 47.3 million certified copies sold? Question number 2, who is the current poet laureate? Who is the current poet laureate? I don't know. So I'll slow down a little bit and just give you time for those two answers. So number one, what's the top selling album of all time with 47.3 million certified copies sold? Question number two, who is the current poet laureate? Again, I apologize if I'm going too fast. It's really hard to judge this because you might be on Zoom or Skype or Facebook calls with your teams. You might be discussing answers. I don't have a clue because I can't hear anything. I'm just sat here in the quiet with Claire and a cat in the room. So I don't have a clue what's going on. You answered?
Yeah.
Cool. Question number three. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Who painted the Mona Lisa? And question number four, in which museum would you find it, the Mona Lisa? In which museum would you find the Mona Lisa? Mona Lisa. In which museum would you find the Mona Lisa? Question number five. Which Western astrological sign is represented by the twins Castor and Pollux? Which Western astrological sign is represented by the twins Castor and Pollux? Giles has asked number four. No. So number one was the top selling album. Number two was who is the poet laureate. Number three is who painted the Mona Lisa. Number four is in which museum would you find the Mona Lisa? And question number five, which astrological sign is represented by the twins Castor and Pollux? So 5 questions so far. No worries, Giles. Has Tim got more?
No, you didn't get Sweet Caroline. I put outrage cups left.
Tim didn't get. So some of you all know Tim Clack, big cricket fan, big music fan. Sweet Caroline should be his go-to song, really, and he didn't get the answer to that one earlier on, which for a cricket fan who's been to T20 finals day where they only play Sweet Caroline is horrific. He's the other part of my little punk duo which we're in, Kingston Rifles. Little plug for us. Is he anything he hasn't got is guess the Kingston Rifles because we cover a lot of things. Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Question number 6 of round 5. Imar Quinn won the 1996 Eurovision Song Contest representing which country? Imar Quinn won the 1996 Eurovision Song Contest representing which country? That's a reasonable excuse. Tim's excuse for not knowing Sweet Caroline is usually had a few beers by the point at which we're singing it, so that's fair. Question number 7. Including streets, stations, and utilities, how many properties are on a monopoly board? So, including streets, stations, and utilities, how many properties are on a monopoly board? I'll give you a moment just to count that one up. Question number 8. Lemurs are native to which island nation? Lemurs are native to which island nation? Question number 9. What do the initials USB stand for in computer science? On computers. What do the initials USB stand for? We'll all be familiar with the term USB, but what do the letters stand for? I'll need all 3 letters to be correct for it to get you a point. Question number 10. What is the 3rd most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere after nitrogen and oxygen? What is the 3rd most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere after nitrogen and oxygen? Yeah, good. Happy stones with the science question. Good. Question number 11. The Saphir-Simpson scale is used to measure what? The Saphir-Simpson scale is used to measure what? Once more, assume you mean on number 11. The Saphir, Saffir, Saphir-Simpson scale is used to measure what? Internet's obviously pretty rubbish down on the south coast. Question number 12. Which country is the highest producer of coffee? Question number 12. Which country is the highest producer of coffee? Question number 13. What religion or denomination meet in buildings known as kingdom halls? What religion or denomination meet in buildings known as kingdom halls? Question number 14. What are the top 3 busiest airports in Europe by total passengers? What are the top 3 busiest airports in Europe by total passengers? This is for 3 points and they don't need to be in order. Just name 3 airports. Don't name more than 3 because that is cheating and that is just frowned upon. What are the 3 busiest airports in Europe by total passengers? 1 point for each of those. Give you a little bit longer for that one because there's 3 of them.
They put it then.
Claire's just read out the answer to number 13 from the Worcester Raiders Zulus, and it's much appreciated. Question number 15. In historical auto racing, German cars were white or silver, and Italian cars were red. What colour were British cars? So in historical auto racing, German cars were white or silver, and Italian cars were red. What colour were British cars? Question number 16. What does FBI stand for? What does FBI stand for? Question number 17. Which constellation is known for 3 stars in a row making up a belt? Which constellation is known for 3 stars in a row making up a belt? And the final question of today's quiz, in question number 18. In mathematics, square root of -1 is referred to by which letter of the alphabet? In mathematics, square root of -1 is referred to by which letter of the alphabet? So that concludes the quiz and round 5. If anyone's got any questions they want to hear again, let me know. Otherwise, we'll move shortly on to the answers and then the final scores. So number 7, including streets, stations and utilities, how many properties are on a monopoly board? Number 6, Eimir Quinn. I might be saying this completely wrong. Eimear Quinn. Eimir Quinn. Eimir Quinn won the 1996 Eurovision Song Contest, representing which country? Who won? Which country won the 1996 Eurovision Song Contest? Let's forget the name. That's Eimir. Eimear. Question 14. What are the top 3 busiest airports in Europe by total passengers? And that's worth 3 points, 1 for each. Don't have to be in order. Question number 10. The 3rd most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere after nitrogen and oxygen. What was that?
And it's pronounced Emir.
Emir, apparently. So the 2 are. The letter. Question 12. Which country is the highest producer of coffee? Which country is the highest producer of coffee? And question 13. What religion or denomination meet in buildings known as kingdom halls? running short on time, so I'm going to give you the last 30 seconds or so for this round. And then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so we're going to move on to the answers. Question number 5. So number 1, the top-selling album of all time with 47.3 million certified copies sold is Thriller by Michael Jackson. I only want Thriller there. You don't need to say Michael Jackson, but it's Thriller is the album. Number 2, the current poet laureate is Simon Armitage. Question number 3, who painted the Mona Lisa? That was Leonardo da Vinci, not Leonardo DiCaprio, as Claire nearly answered earlier, but Leonardo da Vinci. No, she did know that one. She paused but didn't say it right. And number 4, in which museum would you find it? That's the Louvre. Louvre. I don't know how to pronounce French stuff. The Louvre or the Louvre, something like that. Either of those will do. No, number 5, which astrological sign is represented by the twins Castor and Pollux? That is Gemini. Question number 6. Imia Quinn won the 1996 Eurovision Song Contest representing Ireland, or Republic of Ireland. Number 7, including streets, stations, and utilities, how many properties are on the Monopoly board? The answer is 28. Number 7 is 28. Number 8, lemurs are native to Madagascar. Who wrote favorite? Eagles surpassed Thriller in not by certified albums sold. I did look this up earlier. According to Wikipedia, both the total estimated sales, which came out around 66 million, and the certified copies sold, Thriller still exceeds the Eagles, I'm afraid. It was close on the certified copies, but the total expected copies, I think Thriller's quite a long way ahead. Lemurs are native to Madagascar for number 8. Number 9, the initials USB stand for Universal Serial Bus. Number 10, the third most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere is argon. Saffir-Simpson scale for number 11 is used to measure hurricanes. Number 12, the country with the highest producer of coffee is Brazil. Number 13, the religion or denomination that meet in buildings known as kingdom halls are Jehovah's Witnesses. Number 14, Number 14, what are the top 3 busiest airports in Europe by total passengers? They are London Heathrow, Charles de Gaulle, and Amsterdam Schiphol. So Heathrow, London Heathrow, you have to specify Heathrow there because there are multiple London airports. Charles de Gaulle and Amsterdam Schiphol. Question 15, that was worth 3 points as well, 1 for each of those. Question 15, historical auto racing, German cars were white or silver, Italian cars were red, British cars were green. British racing green comes from that, green. I left out the French who were blue, just narrowed it down too much. So green is the right answer for 15. 16, FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigation. Question number 17, the constellation known for 3 stars in a row making up a belt is Orion. And in mathematics, the square root of -1 is referred to by which letter of the alphabet? That is I, for igloo. In electronics, it is J, correct. But in mathematics, which is why I specified at the start, it is I. The reason why it's J in computing is because I is used for something else already. I will just clarify the top album, just to be sure. No, I'm not changing. It's whether I include both. No. But I do think the top selling album, Thriller.
I would like to disagree with I as the square root of -1.
Who said that?
Yes.
Why is Jess disagreeing with that?
I don't know. Should you tell me? Where was I? Chewbacca. Stop silly, get off.
So according to the list of album sales I had, has the total certified copies from available markets as 47.3 million for Michael Jackson Thriller and 41.2 million for Eagles The Greatest Hits. It has the claimed sales as 66 million for Michael Jackson Thriller and only 42 million for Eagles Greatest Hits. But some media outlets do claim that the Eagles have passed it, but from my understanding, Thriller is still in the lead, so I will only accept Thriller. Sorry. And in statistics, might be other things, but statistics aren't me. Emer, apparently. Thank you for our Irish resident. I would have asked you, Tash, but that might have given it away. Oh. Oh, I need something to Google. Okay, I'll Google that. What questions? No, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Just before I close this out, I need to look up one thing.
Oh, sorry for those who've had to go because it's 10 o'clock. Bye.
Okay, no, I've got it.
Some people were checking out at 10 to listen to the nighttime prayers. So if you have left, or if you're doing double screens and listening to both me and whoever's doing the nighttime prayers, then great. I could try leading them, but I don't think it'll go very well. Right, okay, so we've got on 42 points, Quizzing in My Pants. The team who must not be named on 45 points. Oh, apologies, that's a joint. So Quarantina Turners and the team who must not be named is both on 45 points. Then we've got Peri Peri Sauce on 47 points, if you guys are still listening to me and not Owen, as Nick has said. Then we've got Quarantine Queens, 55 points. Then we've got Clueless Stoners, 58 points. Also on 58 points is Quizzy Rascals. Then we've got Don't Stand So Close to Me, 60 points. Comrie and Chewbacca's joint on 61 points. Actually, this is really interesting. So we're now already into our top 3, and that is because we've got some joints. So joint in 3rd place on 61 points. Is that not how it works? Oh.
You go from the top down. So if you've got tied at the top, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Then it goes down, so they'll be tied. Hang on.
Apparently, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. I'm making it like sports. So 1, 2. So I'm tied 5th.
Oh, apparently you're tied 5th. I thought you were tied 3rd.
Well, tied 5th. Sorry.
I would have liked to say you're tied 3rd.
That's why I'm Quizmaster.
Tied 5th is 61 points, which is Chewbacca's and Comrie. Then tied 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange. Okay, tied 3rd on 71 points are Wookiees and Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Quizzardry, which therefore means tied in 1st place on 76 points. We're going to Quiz All Over You and Worcester Raiders Zulu.
So we come down to a tiebreaker for those 2 teams. Quiz All Over You and Worcester Raiders Zulus. On your team sheets, I would like to know for... I'm trying to find it. Hang on. So according to Wikipedia, this is. So just for those 2 teams, everyone else can have a guess if they want, but it's not really relevant. What is Mo Farah's personal best time for the 5,000 meters? What is Mo Farah's personal best time for the 5,000 meters? To the nearest second, please. Whoever is closest will win tonight. So this is for. So I'm going to quiz all over you.
Yeah, we're going to.
We're going to quiz all over you and Worcester Raiders Zulus. Whoever is closest to the correct time for Mo Farah's personal best 5,000 meters, according to Wikipedia, because I've done a quick Google. Outdoor, not indoor, which is not as quick indoor. So his personal best 5,000 meters. Have you got those answers?
No,
okay, if you can write those answers ASAP. Tim says he thinks he got 69.
Oh yeah, Tim, I haven't scored you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tim, we haven't scored you in time, but you would have come in
69.
5th. You would have come in 5th if you got that. Who else is in your team, Tim? You're saying we. Is that Mark? Whoa. Oh, sorry. I can't just walk in and sneeze. That was adorable. Have these guys done their answers yet?
They've got that.
Okay.
And they've got that.
Okay, so the answers were Worcester Raiders Zulus guessed 12 minutes 55. We're going to quiz all over you, guessed 11 minutes 50 seconds. So the time, if it's what, 12:37 and a half upwards, Worcester Raiders win. 12:37 or lower, the other team win. So the answer is for the 5,000 meters, 12 minutes and 53 seconds. So our reigning champions win again, and I'm down a few beers. Congratulations to Worcester Raiders Zulus for winning it 3 times in a row. Thank you all for joining tonight. Again, one last plug for the food bank, both in Worcester and your local food bank. They will be in need as well. Please consider giving. If you're not working, I think there's quite a lot of volunteers helping out, but they might still need volunteers at times. Feel free to get in touch. But yeah, donate money or food, whatever you want or whatever you can, and it'd be great. Just whatever you'd normally spend on a pub quiz, really. And we'll be back next year. I'm saying next year because I'm reading comments at the same time. Next week, not next year. Next week, we'll do another quiz. Some people have said they'll only be joining fortnightly, but we'll be back next week, next Monday. I'll write another quiz for them. So thank you all for taking part, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's still streaming. So.
Oh, sorry.